Meeting to order. It is now 6:10 on June 10th, 2024. Start with the roll call. Neil Lambert, Chair.
Nancy Vigorito, Secretary.
Alexandra Colacito, member.
Lisa Pollack, member.
All right, now if we could all
Ms.
rise.
You're not gonna
Oh, I'm sorry,
call
Pat.
Election
Coordinator.
administrator, coordinator. I'm sorry, coordinator today.
I'll rise and I'm going to trust that there's an American flag out. Oh, there's. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. So we have before us minutes from two separate meetings, those of March 7th and those of May 6th. Everyone can take a moment to read through them. No wonder that seemed familiar.
What?
You read it twice.
I thought I was reading the May and I was reading the March, and I said, wow, we've got a recurring theme going on here.
How's Janet? Where's Janet? Is she just busy?
Well, she was out today. She didn't feel too good. We're trying to use up all our vacation time at this point too, so. Yeah, I was talking to her on the phone and told her that, I'll see you.
I read it, so I
No,
Yeah.
she's out.
I'm just looking. at
So,
the
yeah, we
person.
decided that, okay, I think it's the 1st of July that we'll see each other again.
It's good for the relationship.
Yeah. Except when you're trying to write down instructions and what you did and what you want done, you know?
So Nancy wrote up one of these and Lisa wrote up the other, right?
No, I did both.
Oh, you did both?
Yeah.
Oh,
Lisa did the month before.
Oh.
She did the month in between.
April.
Yeah,
Okay. I was trying to see if there's a style change, but
there shouldn't
No.
be.
since it's one person.
We shouldn't be, if you
All right.
wanna see the changes, when we go
As-
down, I'll show you.
As for the minutes of March 7th, are there any errors, corrections, or omissions? Hearing none. We have a motion.
Motion to accept the minutes of,
March 7th and May 6th of 2024 as written. as presented.
Do we have to
Do
do
them
them as
separate?
two separate?
No, unless anyone has
I'm
errors,
thinking
corrections,
you
or
might
omissions.
wanna do them separate.
All right, so let's see,
Motion
keep
made
this up.
to accept approve the minutes of March 7th, 2024 as presented.
I seconded.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Well, minutes of March 7th have been accepted. As for the minutes of May 6th, are there any errors, corrections, or omissions? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion made to approve the minutes of May 6th, 2024 as written.
Seconded.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. We have no board announcements, and we have no residents or community with us to make comment this evening. So we'll move down to new business. Pat, would you like to discuss the town hall new hours as of
I'm
July
short and
1st?
sweet here. Town hall new hours as of July 1st. They're going to be Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Friday, 8 to. We will not have the late Mondays. Employees will be giving up half an hour lunch. We'll have half-hour lunches instead of 1 hour lunches to conform perform it all, we'll end up getting 2 extra hours in our paychecks as of July 1st, which that comes into play in the next one down that says fiscal year 2025 budget updates. They had to update on budget figures. I guess tonight is then I put on this, okay, but they had to update them all because
The
of
town
the
council's
changes.
night, is that what you're saying?
Yep. And then they'll vote on it next week, I believe, but we had to, deal with the budget again and make sure
But
we got all the figures.
The
in.
July 1st is official now? Town council's approved that or not?
The unions approved it, that's what's.
So the town council does not need to approve it?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think
I've
that's
heard
the fact that
mixed
the
things
unions
about that.
voted.
So,
Well,
are
we
those
got an
summer
email last
hours?
week. Yeah, those
That's
are
that's permanent going
We
forward.
used to have, Thursday night was a late night. At one point, Thursday night was 8 AM to 7 PM. Years ago, they shortened that up and they went 8 AM to 6 PM. That was in one of our lean budget years, and we ended up giving up a little pay for that and getting our hours cut and things like that. And then earlier this year, I believe it was, that we changed to Monday nights.
Yeah.
Instead of Thursday nights, at Monday nights we'd be open till 6 PM. So now as of July 1st, we'll be open till 4:30 each day. We feel that this is something that'll help
Except
people out
Fridays.
that extra half hour so that, people will get out of work early enough and go and do the town hall business at that time. We'll still be here on Monday nights, kids, for our meetings.
Yeah. I think it helps the town hall workers, but not the public, but I guess that doesn't.
Not sure it even helps the town.
No,
hall
did you have to
workers.
take a pay cut for?
No, we actually ended
No,
up
they-
with
oh,
2 extra.
two
They
extra
cut their
hours.
lunch from an hour
Oh,
to 30
okay.
minutes, which is
To
got
put
issues
the
of
hours
its
in
own.
there, and instead of
Okay.
34, I believe we're now gonna do 36. So that's what makes up the fiscal year 2025 budget updates. The 2024 census forms update, I just hope that people turn around and contact us, check their status, it's on our website. I know Taylor's sending something out on social media, telling them to check their status. There are a lot of inactive voters, and at this point in the year, we don't have a lot of time to fix this. What's gonna happen next is the state is gonna send out postcards late in July, sometime in the month of July, the postcards of I wanna vote. They're drawing that list July 5th, which to me, July 5th seems like it's next week, it's probably the week
Pretty
after.
much, yeah.
But we're also trying to get all the year-end stuff done. We also have to organize the persons listed book before the end of the year. There's a couple of things that we're working on in our office that we're trying to get done before the end of the year, and I can't hold everybody's hand. If they would just check their status, we can fix it, but they need to check it now, not election day. Fall elections updates, they're still out there. The one is, the state primary is the day after Labor Day, that's on a Tuesday. And, the November one is, November calendar, it's
November
November
fifth.
5th,
Second
right?
Tuesday, right?
First Tuesday.
First Tuesday?
Tuesday.
First Tuesday. Yep. And, it promises to be a good one. We'll have early voting for 2 weeks before that one. We'll have mail-in voting before it. We'll also have mail-in voting for the primary in September and a week of early voting. So we're getting ready for it. We're keying up for it now. But it's like if they just check that status before those postcards go out, especially if they've changed their address. Let's get the right address on the postcards, or else they just come back either wrong and back from the post office, or they come from the people and it's got their old address on it. They can't figure out why, but we have to be notified when they change their address.
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
The elections are called the state primary and the state election, correct? It's not
It's a
federal-
presidential
it's a
election.
presidential
Presidential.
election,
It's
so
not a
in the
federal
general-
election, right?
It is a
Federal,
federal.
Okay.
federal candidates,
Okay,
yeah.
Everything will be on the
But it is called
ballot.
either the presidential or you can call it a general.
general?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the state is state primaries.
Okay.
Same thing that we already did the presidential primary in March. Okay, this is the state
There's
elections
almost no
primaries.
well, I don't know about Republican side, on the Democrat side, there's almost no contest, but anyway, it'll be boring. It'll be boring.
We call it the primaries, because it's actually 3 different primaries on the same day.
Okay.
So Republican, the Democrat, and I'm sorry, my mind is
Unenrolled.
Libertarian.
Libertarian. I just couldn't even think I wanted to say they were.
Oh, if you're unenrolled, you have to pick a thing to.
Right,
Yeah.
people get confused about that every
Yeah,
time, and
I
I
know.
don't expect that to change by September.
Well, confused as usual. The other question I had was, aren't there a bunch of people that are gonna become inactive voters on June 30th if they haven't returned their census?
If they don't return it, it's before June 30th.
Okay.
Oh, well, it will be right there,
So,
yeah.
so they will become inactive prior to this postcard being mailed out? But the postcard goes to residents, not voters, right?
No,
or-
the postcard goes to everybody.
Active voters or
It goes to inactive.
It goes,
also?
Right.
Okay.
goes to
So if they
registered
get a
voters.
postcard, they should definitely respond to it.
Oh, so this isn't the postcard saying, hey, we know we've asked you multiple times, but are you sure you don't want a mail-in ballot?
No, that's coming from the state.
That's
Okay.
going on July 5th.
Okay,
That's the one they're pulling the list on July 5th. So that even if we make changes, if they make changes in the middle of July, it's not gonna affect those postcards. Those postcards are going out with whatever's in my system as of July 5th. So if they haven't, and I'm finding more and more of it, that they didn't update their address, we're getting it from the post office, that they've changed their address in town.
mm-hmm,
And, you know, what happens is, if we find out about that, say the first time we send something out, it comes back from the post office, we're going to put that new address in at their mailing address. We cannot change their address on a voter
mm-hmm,
unless they sign something. And most times when we make that change to the mailing address, we'll send them out a form and say, please update your address.
mm-hmm.
They don't update it, okay, so then they get their census form, and their census form says it's for house A. This is their old address, okay, but they're getting it at house B.
Because you have their address,
Right.
they just,
So let's say this one's North Street, where they used to live, and this is now South Street that they live on now. So they think it's okay, and they just fill it out and send it back to us, and then we send them another thing and say, please correct this. And if they don't, they're saying, well, I'm getting my mail. I don't understand this. We just do that for our own purposes, so we're not paying for mail that's coming back to us every
Right.
single time. We put the address in, we cannot change their voter records. If they're a voter, we cannot
should
change
be
it without their signature.
they should feel very assured that no one's just changing their address on voter records.
But sometimes they call
yeah.
us and they get
Yeah.
mad, especially when it deals with their children. They'll say they don't live here, I don't know where they are, et cetera, et cetera. Then we have to leave them at their address. And that's when they turn around and say, well, how come? I got 4 different members of my family. This one's inactive, these 2 are active, this one should be too. No, it's because at one point they told us that their child moved.
Mm-hmm.
And then their child went to get their driver's license. And they found that, ooh, I'm over here, and they get that driver's license with mommy and daddy's address on it. Okay, so I've had them tell me they're not gonna do that until they get their permanent home. Is what some young adults told me, their permanent home, and I said, what do you mean, permanent home?
Nobody gets
You're
those
living
anymore.
here. And they said, when I buy my first house, and they said, no, you know, you could go many, many years before you buy that first house, let's put
Might
it
be a
down
few
with where you
decades
live.
off right now.
Now, I just wanted to clarify, that postcard is going to all registered voters, whether they're active or inactive.
Well, right,
Okay.
whether they're active or inactive, and whether we've already gotten a postcard
Right.
for them.
Okay.
If we already have them queued out there for the rest of the elections this year, they won't get a postcard. So the state likes that, because it's less than they sent out the last time. However, everybody that is not currently coded for a mail-in ballot, okay, which means that if they sent that original postcard in and said all elections this year, okay, they're out there, they're fine, they're not gonna get another postcard, it's all these other people.
But we weren't able to enter all elections
Yes.
when we first got.
Well, we fixed it.
If that all been
We just
done,
opted the town election out of that.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the
Right.
point. It was, we were not able literally on the computer system to put in.
Yeah,
But
that's
it-
because of getting the
Didn't work
new
out,
state
right.
system, which
Gotcha.
will be coming in after we get these elections over with.
I think I
That's
did
good
the
that
last
they're-
one,
End of the
you
year,
don't
I
realize
think
it was
it's
the
a
last
very
one.
good thing that they waited, because I think that would put a real tax on their system if they, put it out and all of a sudden, that's a heck of a way to test it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're waiting. Okay, and that's it that I have. Anybody have any other questions?
So as far as inactive voters right now, do you know any idea how many people are on the inactive list?
Yeah,
or
there's
will
about
be?
4,000.
And that includes the ones that will be going inactive in June if they don't return their cards? Their
It
census?
doesn't include that.
So we're
It's about
4,000
right
now. Okay, that's all I have. Anyone else have any questions?
And all they have to do is call us. We can check, say, come on in and fill out this form, we'll get you all set, or come in to early vote. If you're gonna vote, come in when we have the early voting in the lobby down here. We can fix it in the office, we just look them up and they have to show their IDs, and we put them on a log and.
Do you ever
and we
think of
send
like
them
having
back
a
to vote.
booth at the farmer's market or something?
We used
where-
to every time Dana had anything, we'd have a booth and everything like that, and not all that many people came to see us. We would have the commissioners out there, the whole bit, every year, because Dana used to have the street fairs,
Right.
now you've got your farmer's market, and, yeah,
I guess not that many people go,
we
probably.
wouldn't have a computer out there.
Oh, right.
Part of the problem would
Right.
be, okay?
Right.
If we had a computer, we could look it right up and say, yep, you're fine. Most people can do it on their phone, because they just, actually, the state system, because we use the same zip codes here in Plainville, mine came up, and I was thinking to myself, no, that's by the town. No, if you put your information in, it'll tell you, and I put my regular street address, and it came up and said, yes, you're a registered voter. I like that, and it'll tell them if they're in there.
Well, we
That's
could
the main
use
thing.
a computer and do that, but who knows what the liability is and all that. I don't know.
Yeah.
We could bring a laptop.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
There are
people
special
could do that
distinct
themselves.
Yeah.
computers, they have to be.
No,
Right,
but,
so it's
but
not
we
saying-
could,
It
we
would just be
could
a visual
log in.
reminder, like
You
you'll
could
see
log
it,
into
like-
this, I couldn't log into the website and check right
You
now,
could do
right?
in the state website, you
Yeah.
can check it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying there, yeah. You could do that. But people could do that themselves too. So
I
put
know.
it-
They don't
put
think
in, where
of
do
it.
I
I know.
vote? And it'll come up,
Mhm.
and it'll tell them, just have everybody in your family do it.
Alright. We have nothing under old business. Next item would be our next meeting.
What
So
month is this?
we're in June, so our next meeting would be July.
You wanna make one the 1st of August? Do you need a meeting in
I was
July?
just gonna say, do we really need a meeting in July?
No.
So if we wanna go to the first Monday in August is the 5th,
Well,
you're away?
I'll be in the Rocky Mountain.
What's that, a train?
Train.
Train through the
Yeah,
Rocky
that
Mountains
sounds
in Canada,
Yep.
Nice.
Wow.
And
I
how-
didn't know
How
we had
do
any
you bet?
trains.
not till the 17th,
Oh, so
18th,
that would be the first 2 weeks out.
yeah.
Is that cutting it too close to the
We're
election?
getting close to the election at that point, unless you wanna do
We
it.
could back it up at the end of July if
17th.
people are around.
Yeah, we could do that if
When
they're
do you
still
leave,
around.
Lisa?
August 2nd.
July
Alright,
3rd.
we can have it the end of July.
Sure.
We could do the end of July,
29th.
29th is fine by me.
That's
and-
my half birthday. I turned 54 and a half.
Can we have cake
And
for you
this
as
is
a
a
can have
holiday,
cake.
or-
I just let
And
you know it's a
you
special
can bring
day.
cupcakes and we'll
Are
help you
you
celebrate.
available?
I'll gonna have a little party, but no,
You're fine.
I'm fine, thank you. That's fine.
Do we still wanna have Mondays, even though there's no difference in
I
town
think
hall
that's what
hours?
Pat was saying.
Doesn't matter. to me.
I don't care.
Monday's good.
Just book in the room.
Mhm.
What is nice about Mondays is there's
Get
a
this
town
room.
council meeting going on. downstairs.
So the building's open,
The building is
Yeah,
open.
I'm fine with this day, Mondays.
So the 29th?
the 29th.
6 o'clock here.
Yep.
Yep,
May I ask a question? Would it help if we made it earlier?
We're not allowed to, right?
Why?
I thought you guys had a problem with.
Well, I work.
But I know, but could you make 5 or 5:30?
5:30 I could commit to, but I don't know if Neil can.
again, I
That's
work
just a
from home.
question.
Oh, wait a
Okay.
minute.
Because 6 isn't a problem.
No,
Okay.
I have to
We
keep
can
it
go
at
home.
6,
Okay,
because I
that's
think I
fine.
have to go back in the office, so
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna have to leave early.
Not a problem.
Yeah,
Um,
so we can leave it at 6.
But I thought there was a rule that you had to have meetings
could
Yeah,
be
we
after
before
can't have the
6.
daytime meetings that we used to have.
Well, but if the
They
town
can't start
hall is
before
closing,
6, right?
or,
I believe that
I
it's
I
think
6
that's
o'clock
what the
is
rule
cutoff.
is.
See,
They
I never
make it
paid
convenient.
attention to what time it had to be before, because
I think
what
it
it
was
was
6.
in the summertime, we'd go for 9 AM meetings
Mhm.
in the summer, and they were definitely during the day. And,
Yeah.
I think 6 is.
So they make it convenient for you to volunteer for boards and come after work, but they just don't make it convenient if you have town hall business to come after work.
or if you're a town hall employee, who has
Correct.
to come back,
Correct.
which does not
Yeah,
seem
if you
fair.
know,
No.
I'll just be
You still
here.
be here. Okay, so July 29th is
July
6th, and
29th,
then we're
6 o'clock.
skipping August, or how is that working? Or
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
doing the end of
We'll
August?
decide at that meeting anyway,
Okay.
that maybe if we need one at the very
We
end, that
would
would
do
be
that one.
just before the elections. So
Yeah.
it's like, and I know that we need one right after the election in case you get any provisionals and things
Mhm.
like that, so.
all right.
I
Okay.
make a motion to adjourn.
I second the motion.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So moved.
Cool. Wow, that was like the
Nice.
shortest meeting ever.
Yeah.